This week we are in cyclone prep. It is very rare that they come down this way, but we have had it happen. So yeah, I don't want to experience that again, but here we are. So the wind has significantly picked up since this morning. You know, we had hardly any wind this morning, and already now it's, what is it? I think it's around 11 a.m. and it is quite windy. So I'm going to take you down to the Syntropics patch where we grow most of our bananas. So I've got the interns there. I'm really blessed that I've currently got 4 amazing interns. Usually I only take 2, but I couldn't say no when another lovely couple applied to intern with me. So we've got a beautiful French couple and a lovely Italian couple, and it just shows you how windy it is today. So what we mainly do for cyclone prep is we tidy up the bananas. So all the older leaves, they come off. You know, you only really need 5 leaves for photosynthesis, and that's enough. So that's what we're doing. And I'm just going to flip the camera to show you what Pauline from France, has been up to. So she is chopping out the old ones that have fruited, taking them out and chopping up the leaves. So by doing that, it keeps the patch tidy, but also if there is a cyclone coming or heavy wind, you can already see how heavy the wind is already. It's not has too much to grab onto. So that's what we're doing. Then anything lying around, we're picking up, any tools and all that, although I keep my place pretty tidy, you know, pretty tidy ship that I keep here on the Homestead. The other thing is in terms of doors, windows, because I've been asked, do I tape them down? What? I'm not going to tape down the windows, no, but I do have a couple shed doors that I'm going to bolt down, because the way that with the shed doors is the wind could easily grab hold onto those and then bust them open. So I will bolt them down. And then around here, like stuff like this, for example, this is just my storage area. I've got a couple sections where I store stuff, you know, for later use. This I will most likely move into the barn area over there and then lock everything up. Yeah, so that's it there. And fencing here, I've got the boys in the sheep rotational grazing system, so they're doing some fencing there. We decided on continuing with that because we had all the materials lying around ready for the fencing to go. And then we may as well do it, continue with that now before the cyclone hits, because it could easily be picked up by wind or could be pushed around. We just don't want that, you know. Anything lying around like that, you got to pick it up. Also this one here, this is my feeder that I use during drought. And during the last cyclone, it actually got tipped over and moved by, I think, 4 or 5 meters. So this one we could either bolt it down to the ground or move it into one of my sheds. So I'm probably going to move it to the shed. And these shelters, they are currently not bolted to the ground. So what we're going to do is we will bolt them to the ground, because, you know, this is just, if heavy winds come, it could just take hold of it and lift it around, move it around, which not too much of an issue, but you just don't know how heavy the winds are, you know. We don't want them to be moved massive of meters around, or potentially even end up in a neighbor's yard, which is just over there. I don't think that will happen, but may as well bolt them permanently into the ground anyway, so there's no harm in that. So overall, we keep everything pretty tidy. The sheep currently, they seek shelter in one of the shelter areas, and I probably just will have them in one of the cells where there are not too many trees, so they can't get hit by any massive branches or potential tree fall. That's that. These shelters are already bolted to the ground, so don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. And in the gardens, any netting has to be really secured. So secure your pest exclusion netting or take it off. So that's up to you. Sometimes if you don't have good quality netting, you may as well take it off. Otherwise the wind will shred it. I have seen it with clients, and you just don't want that to happen. So take the netting off if it's low quality netting, or fasten it really well. I only use good commercial quality netting, so that will absolutely withstand these sort of winds, you know, unless some sort of sharp object is launched into the netting. So, but fingers crossed, everything goes well. We desperately need rain, so we really, really want the rain, but we just don't want any of the destructive winds. And that pretty much is our cyclone prep. Additionally, we also clean the gutters. You probably know already that is standard, so you got to do that. Then as well as check all the tanks, you know, make sure we've got enough water. I mean, I always regularly do check my tanks. I know how much water I've got left in there. I'm off-grid when it comes to water and wastewater treatment as well. So I'm not connected to town water or sewage. We do have plenty of water on site because, you know, I designed the whole water system. So we actually have 250,000 liters in tank storage as well. Additionally, we have dam water too. So the other thing is, you know, we always have food on site, and then you got to look at power. So the last cyclone that we had come down this way, the big typhoon actually, we were 2 weeks without any electricity. So we did end up, the neighbor was just lovely. We have beautiful neighbors, so actually borrowed us a generator, but that is fine. You know, we just had a little generator just for the necessities. And if we don't have any power, we have off-grid cooking available. You know, we've got the outdoor kitchen, combustion stove, and everything's there. So we're fine that way. And of course the toilet paper situation, because when weather events are announced, there is panic buying happening, so toilet paper will be low in shops and all that. So we actually grow the right plants for that. So I don't know, you probably can't see it from here. There's this big tree, native hibiscus. So, well, if worse comes to worse, this could be your toilet paper. Yeah, so we just make sure we're stocked up on all the essentials. And our drinking water is the best because it's rainwater. It's still filtered. We do run a double filter on it, you know, a carbon filter and a solids filter. And the water just tastes amazing. So we've got plenty there on that. And of course, we've got the food that we grow here, but we also have some food stored as well. And we make sure that the day before the cyclone is supposed to hit, everything is charged up. Always got chainsaws ready to go, so I've got 2 good commercial grade chainsaws. They're ready to go, sharpened, tested, well maintained. I've got fuel on site, fresh fuel, so can run all that. And I can't think of anything else. That's pretty much our prep here, you know. I always have batteries on hand as well, you know, if it really comes worse to worse. Have a FM and AM radio that you can run on battery. We have that. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Put in the comment section what you do, if there's anything additional, or if you have any recommendations for me, what else I should do, or perhaps what I forgot to mention.